Joining me now, Chris Farrell, Director of Investigations and Research for Judicial Watch. Chris, great to have you with us.
Hello.
Well, you know, you've been critical, as have I, of the Inspector General as if you will, the locale for this report. It turns out the Inspector General came out swinging against Andrew McCabe. Were you surprised?
Frankly, they could have swung a lot harder, and using the term lack of candor is not candid. Let's be frank.
There's a lack of candor to it, is there?
The guy's a liar. Let's call it like it is. What the report does, how it's useful or beneficial for everyone, is that it now documents the absolute state of meltdown, of crisis in the leadership of the FBI. You've got leaker Comey and lying McCabe, and they've been running the show for how long? How many investigations have they tanked? How many people have they politically targeted? They tried to steer a national election for president. This is a level of corruption that is so insidious and so corrosive. I don't think the FBI recovers from this. And ask yourself, how many other FBI directors have gone out and written tell-all books with their sort of sanctimonious, self-righteous justification of how they leaked about confidential meetings with the president? Any other FBI directors come to mind? No, they don't. This is probably the most serious, tragic corruption of a law enforcement agency of the United States government in our history. And these clowns, they're walking around loose. Well, they should be indicted.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about simply corrupt public officials. We need to get to what we're talking about. And that is criminal conduct by public servants, powerful office holders in the Justice Department and in the FBI. Does, you raise the question, the FBI survive all of this? There's a very good argument to be made it should not survive this level of corruption. What are your thoughts?
Well, it shouldn't, and I've offered a prescription for how to fix it with respect to the U.S. Marshal Service. But the level of abuse of office, the lying, the manipulation of the media, the controlled selective leaks, we know that the Clinton Foundation investigation was deliberately and willfully shut down in August 2016 over people who said, hey, look, this is a money laundering operation. It should be exposed. You can't find greater manipulation of the criminal justice system, legal investigations, the courts. This is the kind of stuff that, if you put it in a novel, no one would believe it. They'd put the novel down. But instead, you have the director of the FBI and the deputy director in an outrageous series of conduct that it's indescribable.
At what point do you believe the national left-wing media, the Rhino-led Senate and House of Representatives are going to acknowledge that the president has been right all along about Comey, about McCabe, about Robert Mueller, about the entire process, and say we're going to stand up and demand on behalf of the people of the United States that they be honored and that this president not be subverted, his administration subverted throughout his entire term. Are we going to see that level of, let's call it candor, honesty?
Well, I think when it keeps being jammed down their throat, it will be. I mean, this IG report is very helpful in that regard. Frankly, the work of Judicial Watch is helpful in exposing a lot of this corruption.
Absolutely.
And the more we document it, and the more we make it public, and the more we educate the public about the operations of government and this outrageous criminal conduct, at a certain point, it can't be ignored anymore. They'll try. They'll do everything they can to distract and divert, but the evidence is compelling, and it keeps mounting up. And at some point, even the most blinkered critics or people standing by, even they won't be able to ignore it.
I want to just take from one footnote to the Inspector General report as we close out here, in which he said, quote, as we noted in this report, none of the circumstantial evidence supports McCabe's claim, while the overwhelming weight of the circumstantial evidence supports Comey's recollection of the events. That is a dismissal as powerful as probably it gets in the office of the Inspector General. And with that, McCabe was fired. Chris Farrell, thanks for being with us as always.
Thanks, Lou.
Appreciate it.